Hello, live with ArchieLuxury. Watch collection dilemmas. Clyde, how are you? Hello, Clyde. Hello, Clyde. Clyde's coming back in. Watch collecting dilemmas. And we got some rookies. I got a rookie who's coming in. This is Clyde. Clyde. We want to talk to Clyde about reducing an expensive hobby. And hello, Clyde. Are you live there with us?
I'm here. How you doing, Bonif?
Well, actually, I'm a bit down. I got to be completely honest with you, okay? You want to know the truth?
Go ahead.
I'm stuck in Brisbane. I've got no deals coming near me, no watch shows, no nothing. All my friends of mine are buying bargain deals. And I got nothing. I'm stuck in this town. Everything's expensive. I got a friend of mine who's just bought a 2015 boxed mint Breguet Type 20.
Nice.
I've got you who's just gone to the greatest watch show on earth, telling me how exciting and wonderful it all is. And I'm just feeling a bit down because I got nothing coming to me. Nothing comes to me good. There's no good used stock. Nothing I can do. The only good thing I've got is I got my World Time. That's the only decent piece I've got there. And I'm just feeling a bit down, Clyde. I don't feel loved anymore there. I got to tell you, Clyde, collection dilemmas. Before I spoke to you today with this enthusiasm and before I spoke to my friend about his Breguet, I was actually quite happy with my collection. Patek, World Time, Polar, Explorer 2, Speedmaster, Man on the Moon, IWC, and my Reverso. I was happy with those 5 pieces. Five pieces, Clyde.
Oh, yeah, they did have a World Time there.
They did?
Yeah, white gold.
How much? How much was
14,
that?
14,000.
14,000.
Yeah.
You joking?
Is that too much? No, I'm totally fucking with you.
Do they have a World Time? No World Time.
They did not have a World Time. No, not that I saw.
No. But what I'm saying to you is, Clyde, is that I'm just really losing. I don't understand. I don't get to see any of these opportunities, nothing. Now, I wanted to ask you, what's happening with your collection? I've got the 5 pieces, and I desperately like to buy a Breguet Type 20. That's what I want to buy, okay? I'd love to have a PAM 111. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough!
Okay. Well, it's technically not mine. It's Uber's.
Now,
I'm thinking over for a service.
Tell me this. When are you going to start reducing some of your collection?
You don't sell watches in a buyer's market. You may have figured that out already. Maybe not. Yeah,
no. I agree. It is a buyer's market. Okay, so you just hold on at the moment. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yep.
How long before it turns?
Well, you know, Trump should be making America great again any day now. So I think once that happens, the watch market is going to go back up like that.
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
Possibly, or hopeful. But, you know, actually the downturn with the market, though, when you think about it, that's actually good news.
It's good news if you're buying.
It's good. Well, but the thing is also, if it filters down, that means more people might be going into it. An influx of more people is what the luxury watch market needs in the long term. Other people buying it, younger people buying it. There was actually, there was a youngster from Philly with the most gloriously faded Pepsi bezel GMT 1.
Yeah.
So that's encouraging. There's youngsters there. 1 or 2.
How old was he? 30?
No, I'd say your 20s.
20s.
Yeah. And then the other had some big log with them, also from Philly. It looked like something out of The Sopranos. And he had some big square monstrosity. I can't remember what brand it was. Brand I didn't even bother trying to memorize it or remember it.
So tell me this. How many watch dealers in Oklahoma do you have there? You got Uber Oki.
Well, keep in mind that he's like a collector.
Does he have an online store?
No. Nope.
No social media.
Right. Well, it's kind of like, it makes me think of my Irish grandfather. Once he got too old to farm, he would just go around and buy and sell houses and buy and sell cars just for something to do.
Did he make more money out of that than farming? Probably.
No, what I heard, he was actually pretty darn decent at it.
He would buy and sell houses in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Little rural houses. You know, Grandma and Grandpa lived in, like, I can't remember how many small towns in southwestern Oklahoma, including Godeyville. Huh?
Were they well off?
For their time, yeah, I think so. Of course, keep in mind when you were middle-aged in the Great Depression, having anything counted. But being able to sell the farm to the kids, and being able, he didn't write mortgages for these houses. He just wrote checks. Wrote a check. When he sold it, he got the check, put in his bank, and bought another house.
Wow, that sounds amazing. When did he die?
Grandma and Grandpa both died in 1987. Not well.
How do you mean not well? What the hell happened?
Exposure to the elements.
Oh.
Memorial Day, they were and keep in mind, he was a little
eccentric.
No, he was pretty opinionated little Irishman, and he did what the hell he wanted. So I think they're going to Memorial Day to pay the respects some long lost relatives, and they're pickup high centered in the middle of summer.
They're what?
Pickup.
Yep.
Little Ford Ranchero pickup he just drove forever, and it, ruts, little dirt road in the ruts.
Yeah.
Eventually hit a place where the ruts were too deep, caught the pickup, and the pickup couldn't move.
Oh, okay. So what did he do then?
Died.
How come?
Because it's summer in Oklahoma, and he was like 80 something. And didn't get around too well. Actually, he held on. I think they found him, and Grandma was able to walk to a pond or something like that, and kind of sat down behind it under a shade tree and passed on.
Whew.
Well, and the thing is, they felt terrible because they did what they wanted. It's like, you're my kids. I don't have to report to you. So after 3 or 4 days, they're like, hey, did anyone hear anything from Harry and Rhoda?
And what does that mean?
Yeah. Well, it's just like they thought the kids were, mom and dad and the aunts and uncles were calling each other saying, I haven't heard anything from mom and dad for a while. Have you heard anything? So they found him eventually.
It's a very sad story, Clyde.
A little bit.
So the question I have for you is, Clyde, with your collection, when are you going to start doing or you're not going to sell because it's a bad market, aren't you? That's what you're saying to me.
Right. And the possibility is I might look at, but the thing is also, if you buy well.
If you were addicted to heroin, hypothetically speaking, right?
Right.
You couldn't be going and buying watches like this, could you?
Not unless I was theoretically selling the heroin I was addicted to. Theoretically.
Because I've been watching some YouTube videos lately about America.
Right. Mitchell and Webb's Heroin Christmas. Did you ever see that skit?
No.
Oh, love Mitchell and Webb.
I've been watching smack in suburbia, America's heroin crisis.
Yeah.
It's you people in the Midwest have got some really big, serious problems. There's a heroin epidemic.
Yeah. Well, it's also kind of, well, we talked about this before. It's also tied into the our healthcare problems.
Because the opioids, isn't it? We're talking about that, where they prescribe so much stuff.
And then all of a sudden arbitrarily decide to quit instead of doing properly taping down. And unfortunately, once your body develops a tolerance for it, it starts manufacturing its own pain to get the release.
I don't know what to say. It's pretty shit, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, and to be honest, at my age and my particular circumstances, one of my big bugaboos is to have some sort of surgery or whatever, be given a lot of painkiller, and deciding afterwards, I really like this shit. I mean, every time I trade a car in, I have dental work or anything, I'm given like painkillers for it, and I try to avoid it.
When you trade a car in, sorry, say that again. How do you mean trading a car in? What do you mean? What?
Well, you know, sell one car, buy another.
Yeah.
You're, of course, going through the glove box, and there's all these scripts for painkillers, like from dentists.
Yes.
And it's just like, well, I don't want to get these filled if I don't really, really, really need it. So I will put it in the glove box, and if the pain is killing me, I will then go and get it filled. I just never get them filled.
So
I forget about them.
So what does that mean?
Then I clean up the. Well, it means thankfully I don't have to use painkillers. So are we talking about? So what? How would you reduce your watch collection?
I got to be honest with you, Clyde. If you were me, I want to ask you a question. Would you get rid of the world time and get a diver? Or would you get rid of things like the IWC, the Explorer? What would you be doing if you were me?
Well, it depends. It depends on the financial circumstances, and some of it's going to be up to market forces. It's going to be it might be a matter not of what you want.
Do you ever get sick of watches? Do you ever get sick of them? I mean, mine are all paid off.
Good.
Don't need to sell. Don't need to sell. Not desperate for the loot, okay?
Right.
But sometimes, Clyde, I think, oh, how many do you really need? I'm trying to educate people. Less is more.
Right.
That's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to tell them that consumerism is just a hollow existence.
But at the same time, every time you do a review, you always throw in an additional piece. A little bit of a mixed message there, wouldn't you say? Well, you can also get this, or you can also get this. I'm not going to say anything in particular, but
yeah, I tell you what, Clyde, it's
well, you know, I realize I'm just starting on my stage. You know, I'm basically beginning of the journey, and eventually I think we'll have to. I kind of think of, I mean, you know, Rolex is the kiddie pool.
Tell me this: how many hobbies have you had over the years? Have you had? You had women took up they were a big hobby of yours for a long time.
An expensive hobby. You know, shaving, bicycling.
You bicycling? You into bicycling? When was this?
Oh, 5 or 6 years ago.
And what happened? You got a very expensive bike?
It's an expensive bike.
Cannondale?
No, I'll have to think of it. It's a semi-recumbent. If you ever seen the Will Smith movie I, Robot, it looks like it's from like 20. Yeah, it looks like it's from 2050.
Okay. What other hobbies have you had? You've been into photography?
Yeah.
You did. When did you do photography?
Digital photography, a few years back.
You're not into it anymore?
Well, I hate to say it, the damned iPhone's so good. It's idiot proof. So,
what model iPhone have you got?
The latest one.
The 7th.
Yeah.
The
Plus.
I got a plus as well.
No, nice. Which color did you get? There's two color of blacks and
No, I got the gold.
okay. Nice.
But it's in a case, so who really
There's two.
cares?
There's like
the only reason
there's the Spike Lee black and the Wesley Snipes black, and I got the Wesley Snipes black.
The only reason I got a new iPhone was that my old one was playing up, and I'm on a plan. I thought, oh shit, they give you a free handset. I got to commit to 2 years. I thought, oh, I'll just do it. These iPhones, they don't last forever. You know that, don't you? They play up. They really, they're handmade. You know, the iPhone's a completely handmade thing. They're assembled by Chinese factory workers.
Well, the DeVos watch, the MG1, was individually CNC'd and finished by hand.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, and the iridescent the iridescent brown dial, I actually kind of like it. You know, changes color upon the light, and the fact that is the watch that attracts the attention of non-watch people.
Okay, so tell me this: what other hobbies have you had? Women, watches,
love to watch. Huh?
Women, watches, and cycling. We've had so far.
Well, you know, antique razors. That's more of a collection thing as well.
Oh, I just thought that's like my bottle collection. You're just too lazy to put them in the trash.
These are non-disposable razors.
I see.
Right. You know, back when America actually could make quality goods.
When was that?
Up till like 1970. A little bit of cooking. Really into sous vide lately.
Into what?
Sous vide cooking.
What is that?
It's French. Well, and that's how I think it's pronounced. I'm from Western Oklahoma, so my parlez-vous français may not be quite the most accurate. But actually, one of the other things is I think you were saying voila, and I think when you should have said voici. Voici is behold nearby. Voila is behold at a distance. In other words, looky over here and looky over there.
Were you ever interested in buying a Cadillac ELR?
No.
Do you know what a Cadillac ELR is?
It's the electric one. You saw the Doug DeMuro video too?
I love Doug DeMuro. He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, and he actually knows what the hell he's
talking.
76,000. I wonder how many times. I wonder how many times I've said $76,000 during this video.
Yes. It's like a Volt with two less doors.
Right.
And no range.
No range. Yeah. Yeah. GM. Well, okay. Back in the day, do you remember the Cadillac Cimarron?
Yes, that was a 4-cylinder Caddy, wasn't it?
No, you mean a 4-cylinder Chevrolet with Cadillac badges on it. It was a Cavalier. With a better paint job. That
was actually the General Motors J body, they called that.
Right.
And we got that in Australia as the Chimera. We had that. That was a it brings up a lot of bad memories. Okay.
It should bring up a lot of bad memories. It wasn't as bad as the Chevy Citation, but it was close.
Yes.
I don't know. Did you have the Citation? Well, okay. Well, this has been 1980s GM Car Chat.
Yes.
With the Pontiff and Clyde, but yeah, I mean, disinterested bargain shopping. That's what I'm pretty much down to. I can't really think of anything. I mean, really. I mean, if I really wanted to get one of the nicer pieces, I probably could have. But
like what?
Pepsi. Like I said, they had tons of Pepsi, Coke. They had a couple of nice root beers, GMT wise. The Black Nipple Dial sub I thought about for $55. It's like, ooh, damn. But Do I really need another sub? No.
No.
Do I really need another GMT?
No.
Nah. Do I really need another Explorer?
You really need another watch? No.
No. Nah. But sometimes there's a guy over here, and it drives him nuts because he's like getting ready to pull. He's got a speed nasty vinyl Cody, and well, actually, he might be running down to Dallas. He thinks he's found a ceramic no date for $5,000. So I'm like, okay, don't quit screwing around. Make your move. Get it authenticated. Make your move. Because a lot of times he'll sit there.
Let's cut this. I'd like to talk about crappy American cars. I'd like to do that as a topic. So we're going to cut this now. I think there's some leverage. We could really crappy American cars. That'll be our next video topic. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Clyde. Thank you. Thank you.